Like in one of my DMT trips, I felt like it made me realize like, yo, God is a woman. For some reason, cause you know how, I don't know. Before I ever did that shit, everybody be on some like, yo, when you do DMT, you're gonna see God. You know what I mean? Different forms of that conversation I've heard.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand. The first time I ever did DMT, I saw a motherfucking I don't even know if it's a god, but I know it's like a thing. You know them like the Aztecs or the Mayans, you know like
I saw that in the last trip. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, you know like they're motherfucking like
The
you know
square heads.
yeah, like you know how they draw their symbol, like their figures and shit. Like I saw one of those. You understand what I'm saying? Like the first time. And then like later on in the day I saw like some shit that resembled it graffitied on the wall. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how you get those revelations after you do
Omens
like
and shit,
psychedelics, how like you'll probably just think of something in your head while you tripping, and then like later on in the day you'll see the same shit and you'll be like, whoa, you understand what I'm saying? Like
no, 100%.
that ass. So like in a lot of my DMT trips, I saw like different fucking like okay, I saw that Aztec, the Mayan shit. I can't remember, I don't know which it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to confuse them because they're two different things. I don't mean no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Part of my ignorance. But like, alright, I saw that. One time, I remember, right? I seen fucking DJ Muggs post some shit on his Instagram. Right? He was in fucking Egypt. And he was like on like this walkway with motherfucking camels and all sorts of shit. And then like the side of it, you see like the pyramids and shit. He looking up and he just looking at some crazy shit, right? So one time I was tripping, I did the DMT pen. Boop. And yo, I promise you, I saw this shit like I went to fucking Egypt, bro. I was on the same the same energy I felt looking at that, like the DJ Mug shit.
Yeah.
I felt that same fucking energy while I was like tripping and shit. Like, and then I'm looking around in the trip, and then like I seen the pyramids. I was at like the foot of one of those motherfuckers.
Like Google Earth or some shit.
Yeah, like I was at like some Sphinx type of shit, but it was mad big. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like. So like I understand like how you would see those things, but then I also understood why fucking those ancient people, like those ancient tribes, used to draw those type of things because they used to be tripping. They used to fucking eat all sorts of little plants and different shit that was growing and all sorts of things to try to like expand their mind and shit. Yeah. So I understand like why they was drawing those things, because those was things that they was seeing on trips. Because if you trip now, you're gonna see it and there's no explanation of why you see that shit.
Yeah.
You understand?
And then you sound like a crazy person.
Yeah, but everybody who's tripped on that same thing can understand that. Like, yo, I saw the same shit. Or I seen something that looked just like that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And then you do your research on DMT and understand that it comes from every living fucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? It comes from plants. It comes from sand. It comes from everything you could think of that's a natural thing from the earth. You can extract DMT from. So all those ancient motherfuckers who was smart as a motherfucker, who today science really still can't explain why or how they were so intelligent. That's how I motherfucking.
How do you think that got there? How do you think that got there?
What? How do you think what got there?
The hallucinogens in the first place.
God. It's part of Earth. Earth is a big, like Earth is a breathing thing also. You get what I'm saying? If everything on Earth that comes from it is a natural, living, breathing thing, Earth breathes too in different forms. Hurricanes, rain, all sorts of shit is just different forms of respiration. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. In the Earth form. Volcanic eruptions is... You understand what I'm saying? All that shit is this living organism that we live on that's spinning around. all that shit is
But have you thought about like why then the hallucinogens start expanding the brain
because
and making you?
This may not be a fact, but I always used to think that when you do shit like acid and shrooms and all that shit, it activate, like particularly acid. You know how they say you only use 10% of your brain or whatever? I feel like when you do psychedelics like acid and all that shit, it activates the other parts of your brain. Yeah. Let's say it allows you to use 30% of your brain. You understand what I'm saying? So with that 30% of your brain, you can kind of manipulate your reality in a certain type of way. Like you can like speak things into existence for a certain.
Do you make music tripping?
No, cause honestly, I don't even trip no more. Like I haven't tripped for a couple years because, and it wasn't even a bad thing. I felt like I just experienced everything. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Like I did acid one time and I hit the DMT pen, and then like I seen like, you know how sometimes you do DMT and you just go, it like you go to a place where it looks like fuzz on the TV, right? I went to some shit, like I seen some shit like that, right? But it was purple. And then like I seen like some like, I can't even explain it. Like it kind of looked like some like Alien. You ever watched the movie Alien? Yeah. Like it looked like one of those, but then it also looked like this fucking, like I seen this meme one time of 50 Cent and he was dressed up as like, I can't remember, like this character that has horns and shit. It was black. You feel me? Yeah. But hey, it looked like that. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah. But anyway, I seen that shit and it was just floating and it was just transforming into different shit. And it was like, yo, what more do you want to see? Like, it just kept transforming into shit. And it asked me, it's like, yo, what more do you want to see? And like, I just felt like, yo, I've seen everything I need to see on psychedelics. Like, I absorbed everything. Yeah. I don't need to see it. That's probably like my brain telling me, like, yo, if you do that shit, boy, you go
You'll
crazy.
Get lost. Exactly. You'll get lost.
I was like, all right, I'm good. Like, you feel me?
Damn, so all the music you've made, like, recently, none of that.
Nah, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the one song, that song, DMT Vape Pen, that was literally the verse that I thought of, like, after, like, all right, I went to one of my friend's house and shit. Like I told you, my homie who, like, the first person who showed me the DMT pen. It's funny because I always used to go over his crib and he'd be like, yo, you want to try the pen? I'm like, nah, I'm not ready. You feel me? Yeah, you're like, yeah. He always used to be like, all right, try the pen. I'm like, no, I'm not ready. But you know what I'm saying? Like, DMT is some shit, like, it comes to you. Like, you can't go looking for that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, somehow it just finds you. If you're interested in it, it's gonna come to you.
I wouldn't have done it unless the day I did it.
You understand what I'm saying? It comes to you. So anyway, like I said, I always used to go over to his crib and shit. And he had the pen one time. He's like, yo, you want to try it? I'm like, nah. You want to try it? Nah. So one day I did the shit. Like I told you, that day when I seen the Aztec shit. So after I left, I'm walking down the block and I just started thinking of like bars and shit. Yeah. So that's when I wrote that shit. But like half of that shit, I didn't even write it. Like I just made it up in my head. And then like halfway through, I'm like, nah, this shit crazy. I got to write it down before I forget this. So that was probably like one of the joints that I did where I was like actually tripping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like majority of the time, I just be smoking weed when I write my songs. You know what I'm saying?